Time now 6 o'clock and it is 19 degrees on your Monday morning. But the big story on this weather impact alert day is the wind chill with those feels like temperatures below zero.
Yeah, run inside wherever you're going this morning from your car. We have live team coverage right now. Laura Sandlin watching the roads with WTOL 11 Defender.
But first we start with meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Ryan, it is cold now, but you're tracking even colder air.
I've got two major shots of cold weather. Of course, the first one is unfolding right now. Could have an even colder dip into the Arctic as we go into our 10-day forecast, believe it or not. But let's focus on this Monday morning where air temperatures still in the teens. This is the warmest that we are going to be all day long. That Arctic front now moving across the Ohio-Indiana border as we speak, bringing along with it another couple of snow bursts. That's going to make some of those rural routes even more snow-packed and icy for you this morning. So be careful. That wind picks up. Our temperature drops throughout the day. By tonight, actual air temperature will be in the single digits and wind chills in the teens below zero. A lot of winter cold packed into this forecast. We'll break it down for you hour by hour coming up. Right now, snow falling in several places. Let's get the latest look at our traffic tracker.
And despite that snow falling, we're still looking pretty good out there on our roads this morning. US 20 down there in Perrysburg. You can see the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Only going about 35 miles an hour in the yellow there. So be a little careful moving through there as the snow comes down. Here's a live look. I-75 at Broadway. You can see the roads are wet out there with that snow falling. So be careful, especially give yourself a little extra time to put on the brakes if you need to. And here's a look at I-475 and Corey Road. Not a whole lot of traffic out there. Just be careful as you're moving about. That is your Gallant Tackus and Boys and All traffic tracker. So let's get an even closer look at the roads right now in the moment.
Yes, Laura Sandlin is live in Defender right now. Laura, blowing and drifting snow could definitely be a concern this morning. What are you seeing out there?
Tim, Sophia, let's go ahead and give you guys a look right away right now. We are here on Portage Road in Wood County, where you can see a really significant amount of snow that has just continued to blow across the road here. Now, that's really going to be slowing things down for drivers as you guys are heading out, especially if you're in a rural area. So really just make sure that you are taking your time and that you are not going too fast, as that could possibly lead to a crash. Now, earlier this morning, we actually did witness somebody tap into a guardrail. Luckily, that driver was okay and their car only sustained some minor damage, but definitely a lot of blowing snow. You can really see the wind just picking it up and just throwing it across the road there. Now, additionally as well too, Ryan's been mentioning these really cold temperatures, and that usually ends up meaning that a lot of the salt and some of the brine that people are putting down on the roads and your sidewalks just aren't going to be as effective. So giving yourself extra time and plenty of room between you and the driver next to you is going to be keeping yourself and others safe. Now, additionally to ODOT, we don't want to remind you that ODOT only is going to be covering your major interstates and your highways. So a lot of these back roads, and even in those more residential areas, if you live in an apartment complex or a condo, those areas are not going to be getting hit by those plows as heavy. So additionally, making sure that you're giving yourself some extra time because of that. Now, in some areas, it's a little bit clearer, but at the same time, it is still wet with what we are seeing. And so that has also led us to see some ice and some slippery areas. So if you were getting on those on and exit off ramps this morning, so just make sure you take some extra time as well, especially with those turns, as the back end of your car might kind of slide around a little bit with some of the conditions that we're seeing. We'll be sure to keep you guys updated though throughout the course of this morning, especially with some of that light precipitation that we've been seeing come down like Ryan has mentioned. For now, we'll send things back to you guys in the studio.